Spokesperson Dr. Isaac Mwaura stated that the initiative will provide quality jobs and improve living standards for Kenyans, with over 160,000 youth and women already employed in the projects. The government aims to create over 1 million jobs through this program.
The government has a target of constructing 250,000 affordable housing units annually to address urban and rural housing shortages. This is in fulfillment of the constitutional provision that enshrines housing as one of the basic social and economic rights regarding accessible and adequate housing and to reasonable standards of sanitation as outlined in Article 43B of the Constitution of Kenya 2010.
With more than 100,000 housing units under construction, the government plans to create over 50,000 jobs for plumbers and masons. Dr. Mwaura also announced that over 10,000 professional interns are expected to be hired next year, with 3,360 joining the current projects in the coming weeks. The government remains committed to the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya initiative, supplying over 169,000 components to support the projects.
Under this program, young university graduates will be hired through a job placement program akin to the public service internship program. So we already have this. Now moving into construction, we already have the intern doctors. So you can see we have the JSS interns. So quite a number. In fact, this administration will be known for having really re-engineered the internship program in the public sector like no other regime in the past.
Regarding the universal health coverage, Mwaura emphasized the benefits of the Social Health Insurance Fund and urged Kenyans to register before the October 1st deadline. He also confirmed that the emergency, critical and chronic illnesses will be covered directly by the national government.
The paradigm shift from NHIF to SHIF comes with enhanced benefits, including, number one, the full digitization with minimal human interfacing so that you reduce issues of corruption. Independent accreditation of health facilities by the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council so that you don't have people having fake hospitals doing so many surgeries than even the KNH.
Anthony Kwemoi, K24 TV.
Cabinet Secretary for Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, Alice Wahome, has called upon architecture and quantity surveying schools to review their pass marks to ensure quality training that meets the demands of the modern built environment. Speaking at the official opening of the Board of Registration of Architects and Quantity Surveyors, a continuous professional development seminar that is in Nairobi, Wahome emphasized the need for graduates to be competitive both regionally and internationally, even as over 200 stakeholders from the built environment sector, including government officials, sustainability experts and industry leaders gathered in Nairobi for the annual conference.
There's major demand for quality and affordable housing. It's within this context that IFC is stepping up its work with partners in Kenya to support the expansion of green and affordable housing. We are in the process of developing a new project in partnership with the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, and other stakeholders to support the development of green building standards. We hope through this project that more building and construction partners will realize the benefits of building green. We know from our experience around the world that building green is good for climate, but it's also good for people and it's very good for business. By building green, companies can save money by being more water and energy efficient through tools like IFC's EDGE, which stands for Excellence in Design for Greater Efficiencies. Developers commit to reducing energy by at least 20%, reducing water use, and using more energy efficient materials.
Innovative approaches that not only address these challenges, but also create opportunities for all Kenyans to prosper. Today, we are not just discussing the future, but we're also shaping it. We are laying the groundwork for policies, we are laying groundwork for practices and partnerships that will define the trajectory of our urban development for generations to come.
We now cross borders. The female genital mutilation (FGM) continues to endanger girls and women in Somalia. Global efforts to stop the practice of female genital mutilation, the harmful tradition, continues to affect the lives and health of millions of women and girls in Somalia.
This 17-year-old girl lives with her family in a camp for the internally displaced in Mogadishu. She says she is the victim of female genital mutilation, or FGM, a harmful traditional practice defined by the World Health Organization as the partial or total removal of the external female genitalia for non-medical reasons. Since the procedure at 12 years old, she has lived with persistent pain, health problems, and emotional trauma. She chose to speak to VOA anonymously because she fears backlash for speaking about a taboo topic.
I went through a lot of pain, lost a lot of blood because of excessive bleeding, and suffered from recurring infections, which still gives me nightmares. I hope my sisters will not undergo the pain I went through.
FGM persists in Somalia because of the common belief that uncut girls and women are promiscuous, unclean, and physically undesirable. The United Nations says that 98% of Somali girls and women ages 15 to 49 have undergone some form of FGM. Midwife Shamsa Ali Mohammed performed FGM for over 20 years, but now she is one of the many women fighting to end the practice, which she calls circumcision. The United Nations Population Fund, or UNFPA, discourages the use of the term, pointing out that female circumcision is a violation of human rights and a much different procedure from male circumcision.
We used to circumcise a lot of girls, but we have now stopped the practice since IFRA Foundation trained us. We now raise awareness against FGM as it hurts women and girls, and many are suffering during labor because of this harmful practice.
IFRA Foundation is a non-profit working to end FGM in Somalia. Its founder, Somali-Irish social activist Ifra Mohammed, says her organization's engagement have persuaded hundreds of people to pledge not to practice any form of FGM.
I don't want people to see me just integrating to the community. So we trained all the leaders, religious leaders, women's group, authorities in districts. So we allowed them to start the conversation and build the dialogue about female genital mutilation.
Another organization, SASA Together, aims to mobilize the community and also aims to abolish FGM. Mohammed Mursal is a UNFPA program specialist who works with SASA Together.
As an organization, we are fighting to eradicate FGM in Somalia by closely working with the government of Somalia, especially the Minister of Family Affairs, to come up with a legal framework that criminalizes FGM in Somalia.
Although the Somali constitution prohibits FGM and describes it as cruel and degrading, no national law exists that criminalizes the practice. Anti-FGM activists say that unless that happens, girls and women will continue to suffer.
Well, with our story from Somalia, that's where we wrap up K24's newscast this afternoon. My name is Joel Chacha, and the sign language interpreter is Walter Sewe. Do enjoy the rest of your day.